Hi everyone, I'm Jose Marrero and I'm a PhD candidate in archaeology at UC Berkeley. I hope you've enjoyed so far the kit about the indigenous people of the Caribbean. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about mainly two things. The first one is the difficulties in archaeological research when it comes to the interpretation of historical data and archaeological data. So in this kit, we discuss briefly the mythology of the Taínos, and we need to be mindful that these accounts, this data actually came from the accounts of the Spanish individuals, the Spanish conquistadors and missionaries that kept detailed records about the Taíno. So we need to be mindful of the biases that these may have in terms of their purpose of writing this and who are they writing it for. So, for example, we already saw some of these biases when we were talking about the Batey and Areitos, with one of the accounts of the Spanish colonizers describing the Taino as lazy because they only wanted to play Batey and hold Areitos. But we know that the Spanish were enslaving the Tainos. So if they were resisting enslavement by pursuing more of their normal daily activities, it's normal to expect the Spanish to see them as lazy because it was in a way an act of resistance and a way of denying free labor to the Spanish colonizers. So, with regards to the stories of Taino, we need to also be mindful that many of the things we know about them come from Spanish records, including the own classification of Taino as a cultural group. So even though there are many similarities between the different cacicazgos of the Taino, there are many differences. Indeed, when the Spanish arrived to the what was then the Española, what is now Dominican Republic and Haiti, there were several villages in this island, and the Spanish actually identified three different languages being spoken by the Taino. So even though we're considering the Taino as one culture group, just in one island, they were talking three different languages. So we know that there are many differences between the different villages. And when we talk about the Taino, we need to also be mindful about this generalization that might not apply to every single Cacicazgo, and that is more of the similarities and common features of this culture group.